This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. Right, we have a special treat for you today. A team that I happen to coach, but more than just a team. Condado FC is in the building, and not only that, we get to find out their personalities behind the scenes and also what they're doing on the pitch this season. From the list of players we had last season, we have a completely different lineup so you can get to know them. Let me see if I can get the names right. Yusuf Sandal, Isa Basel, Hadi Balushi, Amro Ahmed, Amro Muhammad, and Ahmed Tamimi, otherwise known as Khairi. Sorry, Stevie. We're going to have them on the show today on Pulse 95 Radio. And by the way, can we also say a special congratulations to Sharjah, who beat Al Wahda and they're crowned the President's Cup champions. We've got people here clicking their fingers. We've got people shaking their heads. But hey, you know what? It's Sharjah, and we're going to celebrate it. Apart from that, also on the show today, we're going to put them through the fire round. And if you have any questions for them, please shoot them my way. I'm live on Instagram at Omar Duri. And also, you can text me on 4215 Ittasalat or do, or slide into my DMs during the show, and we will direct those questions to the footballers we have here on the show. It's going to be a great show, and stay tuned for the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. What a pleasure it is to have my team, Condado FC, here live in the heart of Sharjah on Pulse 95 Radio and off the pitch as well. So we're getting them together today. We're going to try and switch on every single mic. You're going to have to bear with me here. We got Yusuf, Isa, Hadi, Amro, aka Stevie, and Khairi here in the studio. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, coach.
A little bit of a round of applause for you guys. How you guys feeling? Don't be shy now, you know.
Very good.
I'm going to ask you guys, it's a new look to the season. There's a lot of stuff happening. We've had an eventful start to the season already. You guys have been with us for a while now. Yusuf, I'm going to start with you. How has your integration in the team been since you joined Condado?
So far, so good. I mean, when first joining, it was something new to me. So we got used to seeing the team and their environment and how they reacted. So my brother and I joining in at first, it was, like I said, completely new experience, but so far so good. And I'm loving the way the teams are having us in.
Yeah, we love that too. And Khairi, I'm going to jump to you next. Khairi, you've joined the team. And when you joined the team, one of our star players actually asked me, in quote, "Where'd you find this one?" How has it been for you, and why Condado?
Well, at first, actually, I used to play with different teams, and I used to play with, I think, Sharjah Wanderers, if you heard of them.
Yeah.
So I had that experience at first with the division, like 3 with them, and then I went to the AUS, played football, and then I got to know Khalid, which is one of your players.
Yep.
And then I graduated, and Corona hit.
Right.
So I had no football, I had nothing to do, I had sat at home and then looked for a job. So then Khalid told me, we have a team, would you like to join? I was like, yeah, sure. He was like, what position do you like? I was like, right wing, left wing, anything that's within the center midfield.
Yeah.
So when I came first, and then he told me, like, I want you to play false nine, I was like, wait, that's something new to me.
Yeah.
I used to play like mostly center midfield, like center, like defense and attack, kind of. So I was like, let me try false nine, and it worked. So for me, it was a good experience, and I actually enjoyed it more because I got to play different positions than usual.
Fantastic. Amro, I'm gonna take this one to you. Amro, you had an eventful first session with me.
Yeah.
And you jumped on board, promising, you looked the part and everything. How did your first session go at Condado?
Very bad. I don't want to use any other word. It was bad. My stamina was outside the room. It didn't come with me at all. I wasn't doing well. All my touches were bad, but again, I haven't played football for a very long time. I feel like I've focused on every aspect of my life and given it a lot of time, a lot of effort. And then once I got that call from Isa, I was like, are you playing any football or whatever? I was like, no, but I want to. And then when Isa tells me to come to play for a team, I'm like, okay, at least he's there. I know, at least I know somebody. But usually I like to go to a place where I don't know any players.
Okay, interesting.
Because we all know in football, once you have a good quality of football, everybody will be mingling with you and you're going to be good friends with them. If you're not good, you're not going to make it.
Right.
Nobody's going to be your friend. It's a known fact.
Yeah.
So I joined in. First session was bad. Second, I couldn't make it. I believe I traveled. Third, fourth, and then I just got the injury. Then I came back this year.
Excellent. And how has your comeback been since you've rejoined the team?
Very good. Finally scored that first goal, and that's all I need. I don't need any other goals.
More.
Not the goal scorer.
Fantastic.
I like to ruin it for other people.
Fantastic. And then speaking of that, the person who brought you on board, one of our
The recruiter.
the recruiter, yeah,
Which is what I do in real life, actually.
the agent himself, Isa, talk to us about your transition, and obviously because you've been a pro player as well, how has it been coming into a new setup with some players that you know versus some players that you're trying to get to know on the team?
It's different from, let's say, from the point where you need to be consistent. So for example, when you play for a club or something, you have training almost every day.
Yeah.
You just get 1 day rest a week.
Yeah.
And then you train probably 6-7 times per week, and then you have your game day. But then with Condado, because we're still getting there, I guess. Last season we just had 1 session per week, and then we had the game day. This season we have 2 sessions per week, and then we have the game day as well. So, being able to do work outside of the trainings that we have at Condado and outside the game days, for example, just hitting the gym regularly or going for a run or just playing football is, I guess, very important for me personally. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
How is this team this year different to last year?
Choose
So
wisely.
last year when I joined, so we're an 11-a-side team,
Yeah.
but we used to train with 7 or 8 players
Correct.
in some training sessions.
Yeah.
So sometimes, to be honest, like I used to come to training and be like, why am I here?
Right.
You know, we're just 8 people, and then we have a game where 11 people are supposed to be on the pitch.
Correct.
This year, Saraha, we're having very good numbers. So we have training sessions where we're 21 people, 23, 24 people, which is amazing. You can actually field an 11 versus 11, try out things on the pitch.
Yeah.
I feel like people are more committed, and even the quality of players that have come into the team, and the people who have worked on themselves as well from last year, everyone's improved a big amount. So it's a different vibe this year, I'd say.
It's a good point you say it's a different vibe, because it's definitely something that I think we've all kind of noticed in terms of how the players have evolved. Accountability is something we discussed a lot about on the team. And Yusuf, I'm going to drag you into this one as well, especially because now that you've seen the way the new people have come on board versus the people now who are trying to better themselves, how important is accountability in Condado FC?
I think it means everything to the team, because if everyone's accountable for what they're supposed to be doing on the team, then there's no easier way to move forward. As long as you know that every effort you put in affects the team ultimately, we can achieve all the goals that we have, maybe even more than we thought that we would have in preseason. So I think everybody has to just be responsible for what it is they do on the field.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort and learning how to understand, the whole chemistry thing with the team.
Correct.
That's exactly what teaches you the accountability part. So if I miss a goal, for instance, for me, it's not that I missed a goal, I need to score. It's that Asa made a run, got through 3 people, and then I missed a goal. That's what I look at. I look at, like, I didn't reward him. So that's where the accountability comes in, aside from the own personal goals that everybody has to set. So hopefully, with the way things are going so far, it seems like everybody's getting on the same page. Everybody's trying to hold themselves accountable for every position that they're in. And if they're called upon for other positions, they also, take that into consideration and be ready and be prepared. So we'll see how the season goes, but hopefully, I'm looking at a really good season so far. The guys are doing really well.
Excellent. You mentioned positioning. Hadi, I'm gonna bring you into this one. Positioning is something that's super key, and it's also the fact that you can trust whichever position that you guys are put in, which has been very interesting considering last game we kind of switched a lot at halftime. Amro grabbed his goal, Issa played up front, Kimo played in the 10. We had a lot of different things. How important is it from your experience, Hadi, to be able to keep everything together, especially in moments where we're a bit doubtful?
First of all, I want to thank you for hosting us at your show, and it's a pleasure for me and my teammates to be here. it's very difficult to change the formation of a team from one formation to another. But the trust that you build yourself to us as a players, and what you want from us exactly, we adapted to it. So we are very flexible. You can put us in anywhere around the field, and you tell us what to do, we will do exactly the same thing. But this again comes from coaching, from practicing, and from dedication.
Absolutely. It's one of our regular listeners here, Dinner with Flo, who's tuned in from New York, is saying, what's the age group and do they need a right back? Dude, in the pink looks like Ibi. Actually, Florian, to answer your question, we've got two here in the studio. So, Florian, you're going to have to get in line, even though Florian was a great right back at college from Nigeria, up in New York. Florian, when you come out here, you get to meet the guys. Don't worry, I'll introduce them. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back after this. But don't go anywhere, folks, and stay tuned on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Can't take these guys anywhere. Smashing up the studio already. Hope you guys are having a blessed day wherever you're tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, pulse95radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube. And thank you to everyone who's also tuned in on the Instagram Live and adding their questions and their comments, which we have asked the footballers during the break. I'm going to start, you know what I'm going to do now? Actually, I'm going to start with Amro, seeing that he's got the mic. Amro, what's the plan for this season, and what are your individual and collective plans?
Winning the league.
Okay, that's a high standard.
However it takes.
Okay.
Aim for the stars, whatever, shoot for the moon, whatever they say. It's just winning the league. Because before last season, when I was there with you guys, in the very first beginning, I used to ask like, what position are we on in the league? And everybody's just like, we don't know. And like, it didn't matter. Now we are caring about small things, like last game when you're like, other teams won 19 and you guys are only at 4 or 5 first half. You're not there yet. Because other teams might get the goal difference and then we're out.
Yeah.
They take the league, they take the win, whatever. Winning it or not isn't really the biggest factor to basically judge how good we're doing, because we're doing all right. We're doing very good compared to last season. We used to just go in the game with minimum damage. Want to get out of it with just a draw or something, and now we want to win. And if we're drawing, we're upset. Different mentality, a different switch, especially with the new people that came in.
Correct.
In terms of collective achievements that I want to happen, this is the collective achievement that I wanted to happen, that I want us to win the league. Nothing more than that, and to have fun, honestly. Nothing more than having fun, because I don't want people to be upset playing as if there's a set rule for everything. You give us all the instructions before we go on that pitch. I barely hear you speaking to us, because you just let us be. You let us play football. You let us just maneuver our way into how to get the win. And if there's anything you need to highlight for us, you highlight it really quickly. You tell us about it. We get back in shape and we do it well. In terms of individual achievements, it's on a personal level. Like, I want football to be a big part of my life again, like it was since I was a kid. And to just gain back my stamina, my athletic or
ability.
And just being an athlete again, because I've disconnected for a while. So this is just me getting back to 50% of how I used to be and how consistent I used to be.
Great, and congratulations on your goal in the last game as well.
Thank you. Cheap.
Aisa, how important is it to develop a winning mentality?
Look, I'm probably the wrong person to ask about this. Because,
why?
I don't. Yeah, losing doesn't really upset me. So if I lose a game, it's fine. I don't like to lose. That's it. I don't let it affect how I feel. So basically, if I lose, I'll be laughing just as if I won.
After the 90 minutes.
After the 90 minutes, yeah. But,
you won't be laughing during it.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm not the type of person who, like I said, lets it affect me. But at the same time, I don't like to lose. So I'm very competitive. Like I'll probably go against the best players all the time, just because it helps me improve. So for example, I remember in one of the training sessions we had, where we had to do the burpees and stuff. If Abdus Salam wasn't there, during that workout, I wouldn't have probably gotten to 10 rounds.
Right.
I would have probably just stopped at 8.
Yeah.
But seeing Abdesalam push harder made me push as well. You know? So
Excellent.
it's always important to have someone who pushes you harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as a team, developing a winning mentality is very important in general, because if I remember in the last season, whenever we get a goal scored on us, even if we're winning 3-0, we'd probably start thinking, we're probably going to lose this game. So we'll be 3-1 up, and everyone's already thinking, we're probably going to lose this. But then I remember this season, in our first game, we were losing, I think, in the league. We were losing, and Yusuf scored a last-minute equalizer. Then in one of the friendlies, we were losing 4-2. We ended up winning and 5-4.
5-4. I think you scored the free kick winner.
Yes.
I think,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And behind that free kick?
Khairi
just
wanted to take it from me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Just
no.
thought I'd throw that out
I'm
there.
like, no way.
He was like, trust me. I was like, take it now. Just take it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
developing a winning mentality as a team and even as individuals is very important. But at the same time, you shouldn't let it affect you outside of football. You know, in the end, the game's done. There's nothing you can change. So, you can work on improving things, but shouldn't put you in a bad mood and stuff.
Okay. Hadi, Mike, towards you. How important is team spirit?
It's very important.
Why?
Because if you don't have that mentality, that to have the spirit to come in and to win, or to have a goal, then why you're coming to the practices, and why you're coming to the game.
Yeah.
So no need to sit at home. And all of us, I think we all have our own jobs and our families, wives, girlfriends.
Yeah.
So why do we have to waste our time and come after we don't have any spirit? But I think all of us, I think we count the days that what time is the practice, just to be there.
Yeah.
And it's become like a habit to us that we want to be there so bad.
Yeah.
Because we want to have, like, we will, again, on practices we work so hard just for that 90 minutes on Mondays. So imagine we work the whole week, we maintain ourselves, we focus on our the way we eat, the way we drink, we keep ourselves dehydrations just for that 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's some players, they play 90 minutes, and some players, they play 10 minutes, but we all have the equal
impact
on the
Correct.
team, and the same mentality of energy.
Yes.
We have it. Yeah.
Energy is key.
Exactly.
Great answer. Khairi, how important is it to feel challenged, especially by your coach when you're not pulling your socks up?
Well, it's actually not easy. When you are challenged, you get more pressured.
Yeah.
You know, when you get out of your comfort zone. And being challenged is something really important.
Yeah.
For me, I believe, because it gets you out there, you know. Because when you're in comfort zone, you just go with the routine of your own habits. But once you are getting challenged, it's something new, and it makes you feel like, you know what, I can do something than the usual.
Yeah.
And I felt it a lot. So many times that you keep changing my position. I feel challenged that I need, to show my case and do whatever I can for the team. And sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, because it's just something within me.
Yeah.
So mentioning the previous things that my colleagues or my teammates said, I would say it comes first from you and then go to the team. Because if you individual not feeling well or not feeling, giving the support to your team, then the team might fall on depending on one person.
Correct.
But it shouldn't be like that.
Correct.
So everyone needs to be having that mentality. Like we are one team, we do it together. So if we're not good, I will come and help you, and we together we can be like a one team.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that as well, because the challenges that you boys face on the pitch is almost a reflection of what you're going to be facing every single day. And you're going to be put in awkward situations, going to be put in tough situations, you're going to have to battle through it. Sometimes you might have to suffer, whether it's with work or family or friends. But one of the things I've been personally very lucky to see is the development at times where we probably wouldn't have got through it last season or last year or even the years before I met you guys. I think each one here in this studio today has their own challenge set. Whether the game brings that out of you or not, that's obviously my responsibility, but the way you guys respond to it is super key. And the fact that you've all mentioned something along those lines already tells me that we have winners in the studio. So I'm very, very grateful to you guys. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back straight after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. See you right after this.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. Thank you very much for tuning in and spending the hour with me. And don't worry, if you do miss the show, you can catch all of our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, or if you prefer a visual and want to see these amazing faces, head over to our YouTube channel, Pulse 95 Radio, and you get to see Stevie, Isa, Hadi, Khairi, and Yusuf with us here. And they are here live in the studio, and I'm very, very grateful that they're spending that time with me here. Not that I get to see them enough. I mean, it is enough, but it's great to have them here. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Also, they can come watch for us a match.
Yes.
As well.
Very good. Hey, agent, you should be doing that.
Actually, shout out to two of our biggest fans, Amar and Imad. They've been there
Since preseason.
They've been there for the friendlies and to the two games that we played.
Amazing, because Imad actually said what a free kick it was. So now I know that he was actually there when he saw your free kick.
And he's asked for a shirt as well. He's like, can I get a Condado shirt?
Okay, we can make that work. Actually, make sure, guys, that when you do come down, you let us know that these people are supporters, because sometimes you don't want to go up to randoms and they don't even know who we are. Yeah. So if you are down there, come and say hello to the team, come and say hello to the coach, and be part of the setup, because we're very, very grateful for all the support we get. Honestly, real talk, it's been amazing, and you've seen the growth in these guys. Honestly, it's been we should have had that all or nothing ourselves. You've seen how far they've come, and trust me, there is never a dull moment in those coaching sessions, and these guys do throw curveballs left, right, and center, and it's very entertaining. We've got another question here from Florence saying, have you done subsides lines with these boys yet? I'm guessing that means bleep test, and as soon as I say that, their face changes. So yeah, Florence, to answer your question, we have. Imad's asking a question, what do you think about playing Adil as a center midfielder, and what are your thoughts on that? Fantastic, Imad. I'm guessing that's for me. What do I think? You know what? It hasn't crossed my mind, but because we have such a solid midfield, Isa.
Agent.
Sorry, Adil.
Yeah, Adil. If you want that gazebo, Adil, he's definitely going to be not taking your position. So it's a good point, Ahmad. I've been actually, you know what? I'll tell you something. And if you were there the last game, you would have noticed. The one thing that's been really refreshing for me is to be able to put the players in different positions and for them to adapt. Yusuf gave me an incredible look a couple weeks back and and scored the winner. Not the winner, sorry, the equalizer from the right wing, which was very, very important for us. So yeah, for them to be able to trust what positions Amro came on and scored as well. And it's not just about the scoring, it's also making the tackles, being able to defend as a team. And I think we have a game coming up on Monday against, I don't want to call them our rivals because we've only played them once in a friendly, but it's going to be an important game.
To make them our rivals.
What's that?
We chose to make them
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have that booked.
I think so. We put them on that stool. Florin is saying, who is everyone's? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, question to everyone here. Florin's asking from New York. We're going to start with Yusuf. Who's your favorite current player? Yusuf, hit me.
A random one, but Bernardo Silva.
Okay, I like that.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Khairi, Hadi.
Messi.
Hadi says Messi. Amro. Modric. Isa. Iniesta. Current.
He's still a current player.
Is he
Japan?
Yeah.
Is he still playing? I thought he was retired. Okay. We'll let you go with that.
About to
Okay,
retire.
we'll let you go with that one. You still have time. Not a question, but one of the best decisions this year from Nasser. He's saying, not a question, but one of the best decisions this year on a personal level was joining Condado. From day one, I felt the sense of a new family, and I can't wait to be back. And Nasser,
I've been telling you, bro. I've been telling you to come.
Baila.
Amro was saying he's been telling you, Nasser, to come, and you know what? I think that's also very important. Shout out to the new guys who've jumped on board. Nasser, obviously coming on, having an impact. Wael, coming on, having an impact. Osvaldo, as well, being able to add his flavor to the melting pot of nationalities and cultures that we have. It's been super. Asa cracks up.
Asa needs to watch out. There's a new agent in here.
Yeah.
I got Osvaldo.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did. But he's got him, and he's been there for like a day. So, so agent needs to step up his game. But so far, he's been great. I'm going to start throwing things your way, guys, okay?
Yeah.
Right now, mental health, something that is out there. A lot of footballers are talking about it. How important is mental health to you personally, and what do you do to enhance your mental health? Hey, you look
It's
like you're
number
ready.
one. It's number one thing.
Why is it number one? Tell me.
Because your subconscious is everything. If you are not able to control your subconscious, it's gonna be difficult for you and for everyone around you.
Yeah.
Because everyone will feel the energy from you. So if you have a good energy around you, everyone will have a good energy. That's how it's spiritually or subconsciously.
Yeah.
Talking wise.
I like the term energy. Amro, what does energy mean to you? Because I know that's something that stood out for me when I met you first.
Your energy represents you before you even speak. Before you say your name, before you show how good you are in football, how energetic you are is just gonna make a big difference to everybody. And the energy you bring onto other people is gonna be very important as well. Because if you're just a dull person who doesn't speak and everything, but you play your A game and you're very good, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to pass the ball to you.
Yeah.
You're just boring.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
nothing more than that. So, just being energetic. For example, Nasser, you love his energy when on trainings when he's just shouting and jumping around. This is why I talk to him to come, not other people. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
gonna be.
he's a talented boy as well, so that's
He's
big.
good, man.
And I like his warm ups with Ivan as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
how
he
he
has
starts
good
shouting,
volleys.
taking the t-shirts
That stands
off,
out for me.
And
you
he
know?
also has good volleys.
He
knows
does.
He knows
Well,
how to do it well.
Yeah, he got a pretty good record when we had those teams going as well. So shout out to Nasser for that. Isa, what does mental health mean to you?
Mental health can obviously it means a lot, but I think mental health can play a very big part, even in terms of like switching things up. So, for example, I remember when I used to play for the club, and even now at Condado, trainings, even though they're fun and you're with your team and with your teammates, the difference is in trainings there are specific things that you have to do constantly. For example, for me, one of the important things is to just play random football outside with my friends, because then you can do whatever you want. There isn't anything that's, let's say, restricting you, like when you're playing an important game in the league or when you're doing training. So when I first started playing football at the club, I used to only play trainings for the club. I never played football outside. And I realized that my level started dropping a bit because I stopped enjoying it for a little bit. But then when I started, I'd finish training and I'd actually go play football with my friends outside. And then that's when I started loving it again, because like I said, when you're just playing random football, like pickup football, you're just trying things, you're doing whatever you want.
Right.
It's like switching it up.
So,
Yeah.
basically.
Is it a form of escapism for you? Do you feel like you feel free when you play football?
Yes, it's a way to reset.
Very good, very good. See, and I didn't even plug that. Speaking about plugs, H15, Hadi, being one of the more mature players in the team and one of the senior players in the team, how
Old in age.
I was trying to be nice. How important is the control over mental health?
I will give an example about
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
specifically Hadi. Maybe I am the oldest player in the team, but when I practice with the guys, I feel I'm the youngest player. I put 100%. Sometimes I put 200% because I want to be in their level.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not putting that much effort, I'm gonna hurt my teammates.
Right.
So I always look up into that, and I always have two players that are very impacting on myself.
Go ahead.
Kimo.
Okay.
And the maestro, which I call him the maestro. I think I'm the only player called Isa as a maestro.
Right.
And he is the maestro of our team. He's the heart of the team.
Right.
He plays in the center. He manages all the control. He controls all the games. Whether we're gonna go further, we're gonna go back, we're gonna go defense, we're gonna go.
No pressure now, Isa.
He is, and when I do a mistake, everyone does a mistake during the game. He comes to me the way he explains that mistake in a positive way.
Yes.
It makes me feel good, and I go back in and I put 300% more than what you have told me.
Right.
And the same situation with Kimo.
Right.
Kimo has been very close to me since the day I joined the team. And just to let you guys, Condado, I was playing against Condado.
Yeah.
I was playing with a team called Zagros. Again, I give them a big applause to the team. I was playing with them, and then once they're gonna tell us that we're playing Condado, I was so relaxed because I know we're gonna go and beat them 5-0, 6-0, whatever.
Right.
But today, what we're speaking, no one can beat Condado.
Nice. I
We
like
have that spirit. We want to be the winners, and as what Amro said, is we want to win the league. I'm here to win the league, and I think this is going to be my last season with Condado.
Wow, exclusive.
It's maybe the first time you guys going to hear it. I'll be moving to Canada very soon.
Okay.
I'm opening a new business in Canada, and I'm starting my new life in Toronto.
Yeah.
But I promised myself is to be here for the full season.
Yep.
And complete the season, and then maybe one day I can see all the teammates in Canada.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe on tour.
Inshallah.
There you go. We put it out there.
And you asked me about H15. H is Hadi, and 15. I was born in November 15.
Right.
And I own a business which is a streetwear concept. It's called H15.
I had no idea.
Yes, it's in the IFC, so everyone is more than welcome.
Yeah.
Again, Condado fans, they get, I think, a special discount, 20%.
Yeah.
So more than welcome if you want to come on.
You know, there's a couple of things actually, guys, and I want to, because they're not here and we haven't mentioned them. I mean, you mentioned chemo, super important. There's certain personalities, and we're very lucky to have some amazing personalities in our team. But there's certain personalities that normally get not overlooked, but it's very easy to kind of just, because they do their role so well, we kind of just look at the next person. I'll put one out there, and you guys let me know. Zaki. Zaki is one of those guys. Yeah, Zaki is someone who, by the way, up to last year has never been coached or played for a team. People don't know that. Actually, his background is basketball, not football. He's played football with friends, like pickup games, for the last 10 years. That's how I met him. But he's never been. And he's come on board here and said such nice things about you guys, and said such nice things about the direction that we're going at. And by the way, in terms of lifestyle and the way he manages his lifestyle, that's a page you guys can take out of his book, because he's done it so well.
He's very disciplined.
He's very disciplined. You know, do you guys have anyone else that you feel maybe we've kind of
like a silent motivator? Is that
yeah.
Sam.
Sam.
Sam's one of them for me.
I would say Mo.
My
Mo
brother,
is always
Adil.
there.
Adil for me. big
Sam,
time.
Mo.
Khairi for me, actually. I'll tell you that. Yeah, he's a very motivative person on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Well, you know, I'll tell
But
you
he's
something.
very quiet. He's very silent. He'll come and tell you, "Yo, you can do this. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Yeah, Khairi, Wal, they fall in that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quiet, but they're.
I think also, go on, Asa, you want to say something?
No.
Yeah, I think also the if it's a puzzle, you can't have every piece loud. And I think this is what's perfect about the way you guys almost complement each other. I think with Adil, I was talking about him offline in terms of his role and how important it is to have there maybe a bit more confidence from him, and you could not tell whether he's a starting left back, whether he's a midfielder, whether he's a strike, whatever it was, as long as he had more confidence. I think Wael, he's come on board now, he's still quite raw, but he's developing. I think Mo, obviously, Mo is the captain, so that's a bit different, but when he's off the pitch, he has a big impact on. I think Omar is another one. I think Omar's been good. I think even someone as huge as Ivan is a silent assassin, because you have to light something.
Yeah, when you see him, he fights. It makes you like,
Yes.
you need
And
to fight back too.
I'll tell you guys this. I think the benefit of our team right now is that you can literally pick something off of any player in that starting 11 and even off the bench.
Yeah.
Something that we could use and learn from. So, I mean, in Adil's case, mental toughness. In
Yes.
Ivan's case, how to just be tough on the field, play
Yes.
out. There are some players that adapt really well. There are some players that speak really well.
Yeah.
They motivate.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best thing that we have for Condado right now, is the being able to pick up anything from anyone. So
Absolutely.
I feel like I speak a lot during training sessions or off the pitch or anything, but when it comes to on the pitch, I'm the biggest listener.
Nice.
Issa speaks to me like 5 minutes out of the 90
Issa's
minutes.
awesome.
Like he'll just dedicate them to me.
Yeah.
Do this, do that, move here. So I like to listen on the pitch, but outside I'll joke, play around, be playful in trainings, but on the pitch,
focus.
quiet.
And also in the friendly, if you remember when we won, I think 8-2 or 8-1, that day when Amro came in and we kept only scoring. He does the runs and we score.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
from his side, mainly.
Speaking about like people who get overlooked on the team, shout out to Majid.
Yes.
Yes.
Cancelo.
He joined us for a game and then tore his ACL.
Yeah.
But ever since he's been down there for every training,
Very
been
supportive.
very helpful. And now he's getting his touches back, so
Yeah,
you
oh,
can see
yeah.
them in training.
Definitely.
You know, something else actually. Majid, for those who are listening and wondering, you know, who's Majid? Majid is someone who joined our team on a trial, did well in the trial. Then the next game we had was one of the league games, and we recruited him straight away, and he had 20 minutes and then tore his ACL. And since then, he's been nothing but the perfect example of how to be on and off the pitch. And also, while I was in Portugal, the team meeting I had to set up your friendly was actually with Coco, my assistant, Amar, the vice captain, and Majid. And we had a Zoom meeting, us three, discussing everything regarding how the objectives would be met, what needed to be done. And he delivered everything to the T. And even in the last game, when we played, when we were talking, he said, Coach, I said that obviously he knew the Bully Boys coach was there, and that's why we changed our formation and etc. and players and all that sort of stuff. But I think his knowledge has improved as a player without playing in the last season. So a special shout out to him. Isu has got a question here. I heard you wrote a book. What's the book about? I'll tell you that during the break, Isu, but I promise you I'll get back to that. We'll take a quick break. We're going to play some Burna Boy, one of my favorites, and then we'll be right back for the final segment on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
We are back and we are live on Pulse 95 Radio. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, pulse95radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or if you're chilling at home watching us live. Thank you very much for spending the hour with us. Boy, it went fast, but hey, you know what? I had a lot of fun with my footballers here. They are here in the studio. Condado FC is in the building. Thank you. You're far too kind. Right, okay, boys. This segment is going to be dedicated for you. We've only got a couple of minutes, but you know what? I'm going to let you guys host it. So who wants to take charge?
Yusuf.
It depends. What are we trying to do? We just come up with a topic? I can come up with any topic if you guys want. I'll take it.
Go on. Okay, Hadi's taking the mic, literally. He has taken the mic.
All right. I think we're at the last segment of the show.
It sure is, yep.
Thank you for guys coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll send a question to Yusuf.
What's up?
Okay. What's up?
Where are we going for lunch?
We'll keep that under wraps. We don't want people to know how we eat. We're all very dedicated athletes. It's all health, tofu, salad, all that stuff.
No, it's about out of the joke. How did you see the show today?
Oh, it's good. I mean, you guys are the same guys on and off the field, so I was expecting exactly what we had today. It's a good experience.
Perfect. Same question to you.
I would say, how do you guys feel when it comes to going to the training? At the first time I came, I was shocked, like how it felt like a family. It felt different than the usual. So I want to ask how your experience coming back to training. I know I redirected the question.
Isa can answer that question.
Well, I enjoy training صراحة. أنا personally I'm just like I enjoy training.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in general I'm a guy who just likes to work out.
Yeah.
Actually, it's good that he brought it up. You do enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy it because I compete with him.
I just like
whatever
Yusuf
it is.
knows after our game on Monday, next morning I was up and I did the 5 kilometers at 6
Nice.
a.m.
Yeah.
So,
Is that because you didn't do enough in the game, or?
yeah, you took me out at 70 minutes. No, like I do that even if I play the full 90.
No, it's true though. It's true though. He sets an example in terms of fitness.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have to. We gotta.
Yeah,
You
coach
can't
has
look at
me-
yourself as the ideal athlete on the team. You gotta see who's got better skills in
I'm
certain
the
areas.
worst athlete on the team.
Coach has me on my side.
I'll run
He
it up
sees-
with you, bro.
He sees what
Believe
I
me.
do.
I have to say, before we wrap up, I do follow you on a app tracker, and one thing I always do is I am impressed with the frequency of how often you work out, Isa.
Oh yeah.
And then I also think, is he not doing enough in the game?
Don't worry, I'll let him know.
There you
That's
go.
the
Yusuf.
case.
No, actually, all jokes aside, I'm very, very proud of you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Not only on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to coach you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to host you guys. I look forward to the season with you guys, and I'm really, really excited to see where it will go with us.
Yeah, and to all the listeners, try to come out.
But it's actually
sport.
an amazing experience,
But
honestly.
La- I have a last question.
You've got 30 seconds. Hit
All
me.
right, you can say one thing of each one of us. Just one thing.
One thing.
One word.
One word.
One
Describe
word.
us, yeah.
Oh my God, that's hard.
Cannot be the same
You
word.
have 10
Okay.
seconds. Coach.
Right. I've got 20 seconds. Have I got 20 seconds, Ray? 20 seconds now. Okay. Dedication, Isa.
PlayStation.
Energy, Amro. kindness, Hadi. Talent, raw talent, Khairi. And spirit, Yusuf. How's that?
That's
Cool,
amazing.
good mix.
There you go. And I didn't even think of that. That is full time on the halftime show. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you do miss the show, we will be sharing the episode with you on YouTube. Thanks to Super Mario, who'll be uploading it this week. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and share it with all your loved ones. Watch the boys at full potential. Also, come down and watch their games.
Game, yeah, please.
Yes.
There
On
you
appreciate
go.
it.
We got
On
it. We
Monday
got
is
it.
the El Clasico.
El Clasico. Thank you very much, Lil John. There we go. And it's full time on the halftime show. Guys, take care. Have a fantastic day. Stay blessed.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.